Okay, here we are, up close and personal with Captain America, and this is from the new Marvel Avengers Mech Strike. So this is the figure we're going to take a look at. I picked this up today at my local Walmart. I believe this is a new release. So I love Captain America, and before we go and dive into this figure, let's take a look at a little bit of piece of history of me and the good old Captain. Alright, so way back, like a lifetime ago, I met Captain America when I was just a child, and I believe the year was either 1979 or 1980, or maybe even 81. And here I am with Captain America. You know, this was during his downtime when he was away from the Avengers. And here's little me when I was probably maybe 3 years old, I'm guessing. And this is Captain America. And ever since then, he's been one of my favorite heroes. Not that I keep up with all of his adventures and stuff, but I don't know, he's cool. For Halloween, I dress up as Captain America. I think I have like 2 different Captain America outfits. 2 shields. I think I have 2 or 3 different masks. Yep, me and the Captain, we have some history. I love you, Captain America. Okay, so let's get back to the figure. Okay, so here we have Captain America from the Marvel Avengers Mech Strike. Now, for me, I want to say that there's currently so as of this video, which is April of 2001, I think there's a Marvel comic book series called Avengers Mech Strike, and I didn't pick it up. I just glanced through the first issue, and it's pretty much the Avengers, I think, running around in giant robots. And that's not a new concept. They've, in the Marvel Universe and in different forms of the Marvel Universe, they've toyed around with the ideas of the superheroes piloting around giant robots and mechs or having armor themselves. So that's not a new concept. But when I saw these toys, I'm like, oh man, that's cool. I mean, this is one of those figures too. This, you know, the serious collector, they're more about the Marvel Legends because they're like $20, and those are aimed at adult collectors, and I love those lines. I mean, I have hundreds of those figures. But there's a part of me, I just love toys for the sake of that they're toys. And even though this doesn't have a million points of articulation, and it's clearly aimed at children 4 and up, which I believe I have the mindset of a 4-year-old. This totally appeals to me. I think it's a cool looking version of Captain America. And just looking at, I was sold on the box. I'm a sucker for like good package art, and I love the comic book like illustration here of Cap, and it's a very stylized version of Cap here. You can tell this isn't his normal shield. It looks like it does all sorts of weird things, like maybe it opens up and stuff. And his armor, you know, it's definitely a couple of grades above his scale mail that he wears in the older comic books, even more so than the Avenger movies. It's like you can tell this is like for some serious butt kicking. And on the back we have Thanos, Hulkbuster, Black Panther, the Hulk, and Cap. But this Cap here doesn't look like this Cap. This dude here is like wearing mech armor. So maybe that's a toy I haven't seen yet. I don't know. This line is completely new to me. So yeah, let's open this up and see how cool he is. Because I can tell you now, he's going to be pretty cool. I might actually keep the card. I like this artwork a lot. He looks cool. Now, if you've seen my drawing videos, I like to draw too, so I might want to draw this guy, because this design of Cap is very stylized, and I like what I see. Okay, so we have Cap here, unboxed and ready to go. Now, one thing that's weird about this, I noticed this in the package. It's not, I mean, it's not a bad thing because it's clearly a much more bargain figure. But his proportions just seem kind of weird. Like his head seems too big. Doesn't it? I don't know. His head looks too big. His torso looks too short. His legs, I don't know. The proportions are off or something, but it's still a great figure. And let's take him out. All right. Now, it's like I said before, I'm not one of those guys that's going to run through every bit of articulation. But this guy's head spins like the Exorcist. His arms move around. I mean, the articulation on this is a lot better than than some of the action figures I have already. But there's nothing wrong with this, dude. This is kick-ass. I don't know. This does everything. Look at that. You can spin the boot around. It doesn't have a thigh swivel or a bicep swivel, but you can't turn at the waist. But look at this. His head spins around like he's possessed. His arms can kind of, you know, make him flap like wings. And his elbow swivel. And his, woo, look at that. One thing that really stands out about this figure, nice plastic, and man, the sculpting on this is nice. There's some really sharp detail on here. I might actually go back to this. I'm tempted to go back to the store and get another one just so I could paint them up in the more traditional cap colors and give him some red and white, because despite the proportions looking kind of weird, he looks a little stocky or something, but I like the armor a lot. His helmet design's kind of clearly based off the MCU stuff. It's not one-for-one accurate in that regard, but you could kind of tell there's an influence there. Kind of has like this thick, I don't know, it's almost like a flak jacket on him. But the details are nice and crisp, if you can see them. He has his gauntlets. I like the color scheme a lot too. This reminds me more of a, what was it, Stealth Cap from the second Captain America movie. I like the boot armor. Yeah, this is dope. I'm digging this guy. And here's his cool shield. This is wild. I like the design. I like it that it's very unconventional. It doesn't look like his normal shield. It almost looks like his shield, but it kind of not broke apart, but all of a sudden it popped and expanded, revealing all these other panels. It's neat though. It's kind of made of that weird gray swirly plastic that everyone hates, and I kind of hate it too, but it's all right. And there's a peg here, so if you want, Cap could slap this on his back like that. Is that too high? All right, this is one thing that bothers me. Okay, so you slap Cap's shield onto his back, and as you see, the peg's off center. It's not perfectly centered on the shield. And we look at it from behind, though. If you want the shield to be situated properly, the 5-star point of this, no, the 5-pointed star is pointing down. It should be pointing up. But if you have it pointing up, it raises the shield higher. And I don't like that look. I think he looks better with the shield a little bit lower. But I'm just being nitpicky. And he could plug the shield into his arm like this. And look at that. It's Captain America. Looking all badass. Go team. So I think this is a fun toy. It's not for everybody. I mean, it's clearly aimed for kids and simple-minded adults such as myself. You know, if you're about the Marvel Legends, cool. But if you don't mind spending $8 or $9 on a cool toy, this isn't necessarily collectible. I think this is awesome. I also saw Iron Man and Black Panther. I didn't see the Hulk, and I think there's a Thanos figure out also. And I might go back to the store tomorrow. Or if I could, later tonight and get these. I don't know. But I like the cap. The cap's cool. So yeah, this was a simple video. I mean, not a whole lot to talk about. You know, unless I know most the older collectors are gonna pass on this, but I mean, the kid in me just loves stuff like, you know, the cheaper end toys. They're more durable. I've run into so many problems with Marvel Legends sometimes, like the joints get stuck and stuff's broken already or the mold's weird. But I mean, this is just a fun toy. If you want to take something out of the package, just plop it on your desk, have something to fiddle with while you're working. This is the way to go. And it's a cool, neat sculpt of Cap. I love the armor a lot. The aesthetic's awesome. Like I'm a big fan of Cap's like classic uniform. You know, the scale mail and the briefs over the leggings. But if you want something that's a little bit more sci-fi and you know, modern looking, this is pretty cool. And he's not going to fit in your Marvel Legends. He's a little bit shorter, but if scale's not an issue, who cares? It's a dope figure. I can't recommend it enough. It could do with more color application on them, but it's a bargain figure. They're not going to go out of their way to paint this up, you know, with every detail. But the plastic's nice and hard, and as being a customizer, that's nice because I can apply a primer to it and not be too worried about it. And there's enough gaps here in the armpit and the shoulder where I don't think if I painted it there'd be a lot of paint rub, so that's a good thing. So yeah, fun figure for $9. It's Captain America of the Mech Strike line. I can't recommend him enough. He's awesome. You know, if he wasn't awesome, I wouldn't buy him. I love you, Captain America. You were my childhood hero. So, thanks for checking this out, and I will see you soon. All right, say goodbye, Captain America. Goodbye.